Good morning, Professor. My name is Vanessa Lopez, and I am doing my quality of character on the characteristic of leadership. According to definition, leadership is the position or function of a leader, a person who guides or directs a group. Leadership is an action over a position. I don't think somebody needs the title of CEO, team captain, or whatever it is to be able to be a leader and to show that quality. Some characteristics of leadership are integrity, being able to give praise, accept mistakes, and always do what's right. Good communication, goals need to be communicated well throughout the team. Enthusiasm, having a genuine excitement about what they are doing. Humility and empathy, being relatable and not putting yourself first, being a servant leader and serving others before you serve yourself. Some examples of leadership is Coach John Wooden and Martin Luther King. Coach John Wooden has the same leadership philosophy in his coaching career as he does in his personal life. He once said the most powerful leadership tool you have is your own personal example. He led by example, and that really showed throughout his career at UCLA. Martin Luther King said, "The time is always right to do what is right. There is no situation that can hinder that or that can, be like, okay, I'm not going to do what's right now. No, it's always the right time, accept the consequences and move on and learn from the situation. There are four common types of leadership, the first being transactional leadership. This is driven by a leader's rewards with punishment to followers, not looking so much to make an impact or change the future for that athlete. Transformational leadership, they want change, they want to create a vision, they want to make an impact and be role models of inspiration for their athletes. Next, we have autocratic, total authority in charge, monitoring every task. So this is a dictator. This is somebody that, you're going to do this and there's going to be no discussion about it. The next one is the laissez-faire. This is not authoritarian. They attempt to guide through less obvious means, belief that you excel better by independently working. So they kind of sit back, let you figure it out, and working, independently. So a couple passages that show leadership in the Bible is Philippians 2:4. They say, "Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others." So back to our previous point of being a servant leader and putting others before ourselves. Next is Timothy 4:12. It says, "Let no one despise you for your youth, but set the believers an example in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." No one is too young to be a leader and to lead others closer to God and closer to their vision. The example of this will be shown in their faith, their conduct, their speech, their purity, and their love for you. Leadership in films, Facing the Giants. My favorite scene in there is the death crawl. Essentially, an athlete was kind of walking around defeated, and coach had him do a bear crawl blindfolded with an athlete on his back. And at the end, he ended up getting to the other end zone. And just a little snippet of the monologue coach says is, "You just carried a 140-pound man across this whole field on your arms. Brock, I need you. God's gifted you with the ability of leadership. Don't waste it." If we walk around defeated, our players will walk around defeated. And being able to be a leader to someone else by our actions rather than just our words is what's really going to change the dynamic of the team. A couple quotes of leadership that I found was, "A true leader is one who is humble enough to admit their mistakes." Somebody that's able to say, "That was my mistake, my bad," I think is very rare, but also very good to see, being able to, accept that they made a mistake and learn from it and move on. And then the second one is, "True leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders." So bringing others up with you, not creating a separation of "I'm a leader, you're going to follow my leadership skills," but encouraging others to become leaders with you, and really changing the dynamic of the team as a whole. A couple leadership coaches that I've seen in sports over the years is Coach John Wooden, like I mentioned before, Phil Jackson of the Los Angeles Lakers, and Muffet McGraw of Notre Dame women's basketball head coach. So who can be a leader? I think anybody can be a leader. I think the players can be a leader. You don't need the title of a team captain to be a leader. You can do team managers, can be leaders, support staff, coaches. Everyone involved should be working for the common goal and the vision of that team. What roles do leaders have? So, a leader is someone who encourages others and bring them towards a common goal. They are responsible for a team's culture and morale, and they accept their mistakes and give praise when it's due. Always having integrity in all situations, on and off the field or on and off the court. Contributions to the team is being successful as a team. Self satisfaction is one's own successes. So, being able to put the team before yourself and leading by example and action rather than words. Phil Jackson once said, "Good teams become great ones when the members trust each other enough to surrender the me for the we." Being able to put the team before your own satisfaction. 5 key qualities of a positive role model and a transformational leader is passion, ability, inspired, clear set of values, commitment and community, ability to overcome obstacles, selfness, and acceptance of others. These will help transform the lives of your team and go beyond their sport and their athletic ability. Within the realm of sports, transformational approach is the most ideal. Each situation is going to require something different. As an athletic trainer, sometimes I need to be more authoritarian rather than a transformational approach when dealing with rehab and athletic injuries. Everyone involved surrounding sports should be providing leadership, whether that's, like I said, a team manager, a coach, a support, staff member. The goal should be the same and everyone should be on board to achieve that goal. It should be the same in the classroom, in their personal lives as it is when we're at practices or games. And lastly, leadership is about someone's actions more than it is about their words. I'm going to be more inclined to follow someone on how they act and react to a situation than them by saying, something and the action's not following that. In Seasons of Life, Marx talks about his relationship with Joe over the years, and one of the favorite quotes I have is when they ask, "What is our job as coaches?" He asked. "To love us," the boys yelled back in unison. "What is your job?" Joe shot back. "To love each other," the boys responded. This example of love beyond their athletic ability is present throughout the whole novel. Joe and his coach showed love to the boys, and then they instill in the boys to have love for one another, and it trickles down through them. So when they're at school, no boy shall sit by himself. They say that in the book, and it really shows when they play together how much love they have for one another. In conclusion, anyone can have leadership. There's no title necessary to be a leader or to use leadership qualities within oneself. The 4 types of leadership style are going to be used in different situations or none at all. And I think that what is the most important thing throughout this process is to never be satisfied with your leadership ability and to always continue growing and learning. And I think that will prove successful. Thank you.